Hello everyone, my name is Ratnadeepa Kevaram Uke, a research student of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, working under the guidance of Dr. Said Abed Sir, Associate Professor, Government College of Arts Science, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, and the co-guide Dr. Samreen Fatima Ma'am, Assistant Professor, Maulana Azad College, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. And my work is going on the topic removal of different dyes from the aqueous solution with the help of the low-cost adsorbent. During my presentation, we are going to see these points as the introduction, then importance of my work, then scheme of my work, result and discussion, then conclusion, spectra, future plan and references. So let's begin here with the introduction. Water itself, a clear, colorless and safe water for the drinking, is essential for every living organism on earth. But in this technologically advanced 21st century, industrialization, urbanization and the uses of fertilizers in farming has causes the more metal ion pollution. Along with it, the uses of dyes also destroying the quality of water. So where these dyes are going to be used? The dyes are used like methylene blue, methyl orange, methyl red to color the products such as from the textile industries, plastic, leather, paper, pharmaceutical and cosmetics. As a result of this all, considerable amount of the color wastewater is formed. The presence of these dyes in water, even at a low concentration, is highly visible and undesirable. As you can see here, the industrial effluents, these two one, industrial effluents contain the different types of the inorganic and organic contaminants and discharge through the aquatic routes either in the water soluble form or in insoluble form. Bulgarian et al. In 2014 said that one-third of the total water pollution comes in the forms of the discharge of industrial effluent. This wastewater contain many organic matter in the form of dyes, pigments, etc. Many of them have a high potential toxicity to the human health. So here it becomes important to remove this all kinds of the dyes or the color substances. Why this is so? Because after using this coloring substances, a significant part of the different dyes get released through the wastewater and finally mixed to the fresh bodies, water bodies. Most of the dyes are synthetic in origin, having the complex aromatic molecular structure which make them difficult to undergo biodegradation and even toxic in nature. This affects the flora and the fauna present in those water bodies. So what we can do here to remove this particular dyes that we can see, but now we will see some of the methods. The dyes, the adsorption on the activated carbon is proved to the most effective method for the treatment of the dyes contaminated water, but it is not an economically viable method due to the cost of the commercial activated carbon. So what we can do, we can use a low cost technology for the removal of the toxic dye from the wastewater that has received the attention for the adsorptions, or that we can call it as a bioadsorption. Based on the binding capacity of the various biological material like algae are there, fungi, bacteria, waste plant material and agriculture waste. Bioadsorption is a steady process for the subsequent of the metal or the dyes by the living or the dead biomasses. And adsorbents can be appraised as a low cost if it is required less processing. So abundant in nature they are, and they are the byproducts of the some processes obtained as a waste material either from the another industries or from the agriculture activities. From the last 2.5 decades, extensive research has been carried out to develop this low cost adsorbent material that could be an alternative to the activated carbon. So adsorption method which are having the advantages of being good at removing a wide range of dyes, heavy metals and the substances. Adsorption found to be very effective and the cheap method among the all available dye removal method. When we are focusing on the methods, we should know about the dyes also. So dyes, they are the coloring substances. They could be classified into the three categories: anionic one, cationic one, non-ionic one, where each category contain many dyes. Methylene blue as an example, it's a very common used dye not only in the clothing industry but in the different chemical, medical and biological applications. So methylene blue is a cationic stain with a the complicated structure that makes it removal difficult. Likewise, methyl orange is also there, which enters and occupy the places in many of the industries. They has a similar molecular mass like the methylene blue. Other than the methyl orange, methyl red is also there, which is an azo dye with high molecular weight and many removing obstacles. So many of the other acidic and the basic dyes are existing and need to be rejected. To solve the ecological balance or the techno-ecological or the biological and industrial problems, the toxic dyes must be removed effectively from the discharge wastewater. So this becomes the important for us to remove that all dyes from the wastewater bodies, so that the recycling can be done of that water and can be used for the other purposes. Its practical application in industry and the environmental protection are of the profound importance, means of using the bioabsorbent. It is also flexible, simple in design, then easy to operate, and it is unaffected by the toxic pollutants. On the other hand, if you compare some of the adsorbents, they are the expensive one and they have a low surface area. If the surface area is low, so how the adsorption is going to be occur? As we all know that adsorption is a surface phenomenon. So furthermore, some of the adsorbents require generation, regeneration and need to be disposal of appropriately. If you are using it, we have to treat them differently and then discharge it. So these are the other adsorbents which are available. But if we wanted to resolve this all problem, we wanted to use some of the alternative way, then the bioadsorbents are the good option for us. Hence it is important to develop the powerful, eco-friendly and economically viable treatment methods for the removal of the dyes from the aquatic system such as the bioadsorbents to the safeguard environment. Now, as we can see here in a small picture how exactly the adsorbent will work. If we are taking a small quantity or the effluent collected from the sources, the dye solutions are there. So this small quantity or the large quantity, if you add appropriate amount of the adsorbents there, bioadsorbents particularly, which are going to be react with this particular dye solution and making it clear for the further use. So this much of the potential this bioadsorbents are having, so we can use this potentiality and we can move further for the safeguard of the environment. This is all about the importance of my work, by which create me the interest to work on this particular area. So once I have decided now how I'm going to be work with particular the removal of the dyes from the wastewater. So the scheme of my work is, first I have to select the suitable low cost adsorbent. This is the first and most important thing, the selection of suitable low cost adsorbent. Number of the low cost adsorbents were prepared either by drying them in a sunlight and grinding them into the fine powder. Then afterward we have to sieve it, then with the mesh, fine mesh, and it is ready for the use. But some of the time it is observed that the adsorbents can be purchased from the local market, and if you are doing like that, if the pulses are going to be used, then we have to wash them with the distilled water because we want to use it for the safeguard of the environment. After distilled water washing, then we have to soak them for 24 hours and then remove the skin if we are using the pulses. Otherwise just let them dry in a shade and make a fine powder of it. Then half of the quantity of it we have to use as an adsorbent, and the rest powder we can use are the treated with the suitable chemicals to prepare the low cost adsorbents. Directly we cannot use that powder as the adsorbents. We have to do the some of the parameters checking. So these parameters, what are the parameters are: dye solution that we are going to be prepared with a varying concentration to determine the effect of doses of that dye, then effect of the concentration, then effect of the temperature and the effect of the pH. These all parameters once we have done, then we have to go for the colorimetric or the spectrophotometric analysis for the suitable method to determine an adsorbents, where exactly at which of the dose the dyes are effective, the range where the concentrations are effective, what is the optimum temperature for the removal of it, what is the optimum pH of it, that all things we can check with the parameters. After doing this all, then the adsorption capacity and the suitability will be checked by Freundlich and the Langmuir isotherm. The adsorption kinetics will be evaluated and various thermodynamic parameters will be calculated from the data. Now what exactly the kinetics and the parameters will see. The adsorption experiments were carried out by the batch adsorption techniques, and the parameters like effect of temperature, effect of adsorbents, initial concentration, then effect of pH that we can study here, that we are going to study here. Thermodynamic studies was performed to find the nature of the adsorption process by finding the Gibbs free energy. As everyone knows what is the formula for the Gibbs free energy, as it's give the change in the enthalpy, then the entropy. So thermodynamic parameters such as the Gibbs free energy involving with the enthalpy and the entropy were calculated by using the Van 't Hoff equation for different dyes with the different adsorbent, and results are noted down. So step by step, when we are selecting some of the samples, we have to go with all these parameters and we have to find out this particular results. Once this is done, then what the resultant discussion will be. The percentage removal of the dyes on respective adsorbent increases with the increasing adsorption dose, then increase in initial concentration of the dye solution. Till now that have been observed by my experiments, we as we are increasing the adsorption doses, that increasing the initial concentration of the dye solution, then it will be the effective for the removal of that all dyes in most of the ways. The negative values of the Gibbs energy confirm that the feasibility of the reaction and the spontaneous nature of the adsorption, as well as the negative value of the enthalpy and the entropy suggests that decreased disorder and the randomness as at the solid solution interface with the exothermic adsorption. The experimental data fit well for the Langmuir adsorption isotherm model than the Freundlich isotherm model. Hence, the investigation shows that adsorbents agriculture waste is as the abundant one, cheap one, readily available and environmental friendly, the effective adsorbents which could be used as the potential adsorbent for the removal of different dyes from the aqueous solution and the polluted water. So the quality of that water can be increased. So what we can conclude from here, as all we know, adsorption is the adherence of the atoms or ions or molecule from the gas, liquid or the dissolved solid to the surface. So adsorption can occur in variety of the medium. This procedure result in the formation of layer of adsorbent on the surface of the adsorbent. These all are the references through which I have got this information. The most of the literature survey is done on the number of research papers where I have gone through the more than 200 references, and then the data has been collected and I started my doing work. Hope for the best. This will give the helpful output for the environment, and I'll contribute my research to the environment safeguard. Thank you.